Okay, so here I am. I'm kind of taking a high risk strategy here with my boat. We've had reports of a task force moving up through here, then out through here. I was coming in here to try and track it down. Now we've got a report of a warship over here, which is about 13-14 kilometers away, which is pretty far out. Nothing to worry about at this stage. I don't think that's going to be part of the task force. I think that might just be a patrol boat or something similar, because the last report I had was the task force was over here and they're moving at medium speed, and that was about 6 hours ago. So I don't think they've made it out this far yet, and plus we've only got one contact so far, so yes, we'll see how we go. At least we know that there are ships out here and that my hydrophone person is working and can do his job properly. Now, I've had a bit of criticism, which is fine. I don't mind criticism as long as it's constructive, and had a chat with the person, and I don't think he liked me using this. He thought it was crap, and he was disdainful of my poor showing in the video where I shot 5 torpedoes and got 0 hits. So I might just go back to the old map contact thing again, the 315 method, and getting on a 90-degree angle, which is easy. I didn't really want to do that because I wanted to put a bit more, I don't know, make it a bit more challenging. But I guess people sometimes prefer just seeing boats explode, so I'll probably end up doing that instead if I do come across this task force or anything else to shoot at for that matter. Yeah, so I'll see how this pans out with this little ship here, or boat, and I'll come back when...
Frachter kommt näher auf 110, große Entfernung.
Okay, so we've also got a merchant in the area. Closing. So moving in our general direction. So looks like we're in a target-rich environment here. But yes, I'll cut here because I would like to find that task force and kind of redeem myself with a nice big battleship or something similar. So we shall see what happens. Okay, so we managed to get past that little patrol boat and merchant, and now we're surfaced again, and we've had another update on the task force, which is here at 2210, which is not too long ago. So I'm going to work out an intercept course, which I do know how to do, and I'll show you now. In fact, I've just tested it to make sure I know how to do it, and I do, I think. So we take a protractor, we go from the U-boat to the target, and then we measure along the target's course, which is roughly like that. Then we take a ruler and we measure out the speed of the target, which is medium, so we're going to say 8 knots for medium. So we measure out 8 knots here in 8, so 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. There we go, that'll do. Then we take our speed. Now at the moment we're recharging our battery, so our speed isn't going to be quite right. What I'm going to do, let's see, battery's okay. Let's switch off the recharge.
Normaler
Antrieb. And we're also going to be going super fast to get there in time. We'll see how fast we end up going after a little bit of time compression. About 15 knots. So take my compass here, measure out my speed in knots, which will be 15, like so. Come on, 15.1 that'll do. Then actually this should be here. Actually the circle should be at the centre of the speed mark we put for the target, which is 8 knots there. Then take a protractor, you go from the centre of the circle to the point. The line from our U-boat to the target intercepts the circle, and then we put it back towards the target, which gives us an angle of 15 degrees. So that's how much we need to lead the target. So therefore we then take another protractor ruling here, point it to my U-boat here, measure out 15 degrees like so. So we need to be heading this a ways. Get rid of all that stuff. So if I was going at 15 knots, I should theoretically arrive at the same point as the convoy at this point here where these two lines cross. Now what I'm going to do is actually move that down a little bit because I want to get there a little bit before he does. Or they do, I should say. Hopefully this works. I could be completely wrong and this could be another cock-up, but we shall see. I try to show all my working and include even the cock-ups in the videos because otherwise you think I'm some... well, otherwise I'd never put out a video basically. So yeah, I'm going to skip here, I should say, and see if I end up catching up and meeting up with this task force. Okay, I'm now about 7 kilometers away from my supposed contact point, although we should be ahead of them. I did make a change. What I'd done before was put the course mark down here, when actually I should have put it lengthened it a bit, so lengthen the distance in order to reach this point before they do. Now I'm going to have a little sneaky job down to periscope depth and see if we can hear anything. Or see if the hydrophone people can hear anything, because I can't use it. I will get that fixed for the next patrol, by the way. Well, I can't do it now because you can't change your mod order in the middle of a patrol. Now we've got one warship contact over here. I mean, they could have changed course in this time. They could have kind of gone this way. Only the one contact so far, though. Let's increase sound correction, see if that changes. Still the one, so that could just be a patrol boat. And now it's in our baffles, so we can't hear it anymore. Right, well, I'm going to stop here and wait a little bit and see if this task force does turn up on the hydrophone. So far, not very much. Still nothing. Time is ticking away. What's this? This is a distance of... well, that's not too far. We'll have a look to see what's around. I doubt we'll be able to see anything, since the hydrophone's picking up nothing at all. Yeah. I'm getting no obvious indications of anything. Okay. Well, medium, I mean, it could be going... medium's normally around 8 knots. Could be lower, could be higher. I'm going to surface.
Ein Drittel Fahrt voraus.
Auftauchen. Vorne oben 10, hinten kommen auf 5.
Head down their course here. I'm wondering if it's more likely that they've not reached us yet, if they've gone past. That's the only thing. They could have sped up once they got out into open water. That's the only thing. It is a task force, of course, so they normally go faster than convoys. Well, I suppose if we go this way first, then we can always turn around. Okay, so now on the surface, so let's increase speed. I'll get rid of this as well. Alright, well, I'm going to have a search around, see if we can find this task force again. Hopefully might get another contact report, and I'll come back when I spot something, or if I don't spot anything. Okay, I may have spotted it. Now we've got one warship contact here, and what's making me think it's not just one warship is that when I zoom out, the line points to a completely different spot, and in my experience that normally means there's more than one ship here, and it's actually detecting the entire convoy or task force or whatever it may be, rather than the one individual ship when you zoom out. So I think that might be our boy. Let's see how that contact moves. It's a bit of a weird. See, he could be kind of doing a bit of a zigzag search pattern rather than going in a straight course. What I'm going to do is surface again and head this way, try and make contact. We're outside the visual range. Let's see if my watch guys can have a chat. Norbert's still dead, by the way. Oh, little chug there, and we've gone to 8 for some reason, so which normally means there is something in the area. And we're probably now getting towards daytime. Okay, we've got one ship down there. They could be going up here. That's what I'm kind of thinking. I'm going to dive again and see what we can hear. The task force normally just sail around Britain basically. Okay, we've got a merchant now. Closing. And another merchant, and a warship all the way down here. Okay. That's pretty close, about 5 kilometers away. About 20 degrees. Oops, pressed the wrong key. So that's just I think that's a coastal freighter perhaps. That's nothing special. Nothing else on the horizon. We'll just identify this just so I can get a bit of practice in identifying a ship. Like it could be a tramp steamer. Or an SCF perhaps, whatever that may be. Yeah, that'll be a tramp steamer. So, tramp steamer is only just under 2,000 tons, not a massive target. I'm kind of more interested in this down here. Take a shot at this guy. After all, we've not had anything to shoot at for quite a while. Let's see here. Degrees is like that, so we need to steer a heading of about 310. Like so.
Neuer Kurs 311.
And we're in a nice range here to take a shot at this guy. I think I probably will do. Because I think I may well have just lost this task force, unfortunately.
Kontakt.
Kriegsschiff kommt näher auf 147. Große Entfernung.
Although there are 2 Kriegsschiffers over there. That's quite interesting. Well, let's get into a position here to attack this guy anyway. There she is, so... do the old 315ing method. One, two, three, 15. Boom. So that means it's going around 9 knots. And the course is not what I thought it was, so we'll adjust that as well. Which means this needs to be adjusted. It's like so.
Neuer Kurs 313.
Okay, stop the clock. I'll set the speed to 9 knots.
Alle Maschinen stopp.
And let's stop the boat for now. So let's give him a lead angle of about 15. So we need to set angle on bow to 90, take away 15 is 75, is it? No, it's not. 90, 80, yes it is 75. Which should be there, shouldn't it? 90, hold on. No, that's 60. 90, 80, 75 is there. Distance will be about 1.5. Oops. 1.5 is about... bollocks, is about there. Okay, so now we should be all set to shoot this fool. Draft is 7.3. We'll use a magnetic. 6, 7. So if we go for a draft of 8, we should be all good.
Frachter kommt näher auf 5-1.
These 2 warships down here have kind of got my attention.
Auf 4-8 kommt näher.
I think they may be the task force. I don't know, it's tricky.
Frachter auf 4-7 kommt näher.
Yeah, so now we just need to wait until the freighter gets to 15 degrees and then we can fire. I think I may only use 1 torpedo on this and take a chance, since it is a pretty small target. Or should I use 2?
Frachter auf 4-6 kommt näher.
I think I'll use 2. I'll be pretty pissed off if I shoot 1 and it's a dud or I miss for some reason.
Frachter auf 4-5.
Speed things up a little bit. Okay, we're almost ready.
Frachter auf 2-8 entfernt sich.
I'll do 1. Actually, let me just change this. I want to use the Type 2s.
Auf 2-6 entfernt sich.
Yeah, I'll do 1 impact and 1 magnetic.
Frachter auf 2-5 entfernt sich.
Oh, look looking in completely the wrong direction. Okay.
Frachter auf 2-3 entfernt sich.
Everything's locked in.
Frachter auf 2-1 entfernt sich.
We should be pretty much good to go.
Frachter auf 2-0 entfernt sich. Frachter auf 1-8 entfernt sich.
I'm not changing mine, I'll fire the impact first.
Frachter auf 1-6 entfernt sich.
Rohr 5.
Fire.
Los. Los.
Frachter auf 1-5 entfernt
Rohr
sich.
4. Rohr 4.
Okay. Als am in Wasser, whatever the German is for that.
Frachter auf 1-3 entfernt sich.
So it looks like got a minute and a half before this one's due to hit. You can be quiet now. Hopefully that will have worked, otherwise I'll just make a complete fool of myself. But we shall see. Angle on bar is going to be roughly correct, but though not exact. We should be more or less good to go. I don't have the F6 tactical map, so I can't see the torpedoes unfortunately. We'll just have to hope that they do hit. You've got less than a minute to go now for the first torpedo. What I'll also do is get these. Why? Oh, cocking hell! I fired the rear torpedo like a moron. Well, the second one's not going to hit. God damn it. I forgot this was the rear. Oh, let's see what happens with the one torpedo which has a chance of hitting. Boom! We got her! Fuck you! And there goes the star shell. So, got a pretty good hit there in the middle of the ship. That was the... Was that the... I've forgotten now which one I set as being the... pretty sure that was a magnetic. This should be the impact. Yeah, this was the magnetic. That's a shame. Let's move my dudes over to... here, get this rear torpedo loaded in. Not enough crew. But yeah, so it's not a bad hit if I do say so myself. Pretty much square in the middle. We'll use the observation scope since it's bigger. And there she is. So she looks like she's pretty much dead in the water. Will it sink though? That's the only problem. Hopefully it will. We've got time now, we can wait. If necessary we can surface and use the deck gun. I'm not sure if it's got guns. It's got a star shell fire, so perhaps it does have some armament on it. It is 1941, so you'd expect there to be something on there. Let's see. I don't see anything obvious. Okay, well, we've now lost contact with that warship. We've got another merchant coming in over here. Alright, well, I will cut here while I wait for something to happen. Hopefully this ship will just sink by itself. If necessary, we've got another target looking like it's coming towards us we can take a shot at. So I will come back very shortly. And we've got the notification, she is going down. That's right. I sank a ship. It was an SCF. So it wasn't actually a chomp steamer, it was an SCF, 2,364 tons. Not too bad. It's something, isn't it? And I proved that I can shoot a torpedo at a target. I didn't use this thing, I used the map, and it was pretty easy, which is why I didn't want to use the map, but whatever. So yeah, that's all done. Now we've got this dude moving along here. He's maybe kind of zigzagging around, which isn't surprising given that this ship over here is probably radioed in the fact that we're in the area.
Ein Drittel Fahrt voraus.
Ein Drittel Fahrt voraus.
I found we can surface now.
Auftauchen. Vorne oben 10, hinten kommen auf 5.
Take a closer look. Good job, boys.
Erste Seewache sich klar machen.
We surface yet? Come on. Are we still reloading these? Yes, we are. Whoa, I can hear explosions. Come on. Let me on the surface. There we go. Oh, that was a bit weird. But yes, we can finally watch a boat sink in the sea. Thank God. Let's send the report to BDU. Boom. There she goes. Sorry about that. Alright, now I'm going to head... Where shall I head? You've got a ship over here. And then there's also this guy, but as I say, I think this guy is zigzagging around. I think what I'm going to do is head kind of in this direction and give it a couple of hours. I'm getting close to daytime, so probably will descend to the briny depths when daytime comes, because there will more than likely be airplanes around searching for me, and then I'll come up later in the day, so I'll rejoin you then.
Schiff gesichtet.
Oh, okay, that was like 2 minutes and we've spotted a warship at 255 degrees. And I can just about see it there.
Schiff gesichtet.
In fact, there's 2 of them. And it could be those 2 guys I spotted on the hydrophone earlier. Alright, better descend.
Auf Seerohrtiefe gehen.
Just to make sure we're not spotted. But this is good, we're actually getting some contacts, getting some action. You are right next to the British Isles, so that's pretty much to be expected, but I was sick and tired of hanging around Rockall Bank for weeks on end. Date, by the way, now is January 27th, so we've been out for almost a month now. And these guys are doing interesting courses. They perhaps are searching for me, although last position would have been over here somewhere. Radio message received. That's interesting because we're underwater. Error in transmission. Repeat last message. God damn it. Well, I can't do that because I'm underwater. I'm not getting any hydrophone contact from these ship. Oh, there we go. Now we are. Let's see what they do. This guy's coming closer. Let's see if we can get a look at them at 250 degrees. What is that? That looks like it's larger than your average destroyer to me, although I'm out of practice with identifying warships. Probably is just a destroyer. It's going to be hard to tell at this kind of angle though. Yeah, identifying destroyers and warships is
Kontakt, Frachter, Entfernung gleichbleibend auf
not my thing.
216, große Entfernung.
So it's got two slightly angled stacks. So it could be a Dido class. No, those stacks look too close together. No. Now we're into the one stack wonders. We've got the tribal class. I don't know. They're kind of weaving around, so it's not going to be easy to get a shot on them anyway. So I'm going to ignore them. Hope they leave me alone. But I don't think they're part of the. Well, they're definitely not part of the task force because they're just a couple of destroyers. All right. Well, we'll continue. Oh, I've got another warship. Yeah, 90% sure they're trying to find me. Which they're not going to do, I'm afraid. So I'm well on my way. Alright, so yeah, I'll skip again when something else interesting occurs.